Hello. Since I changed to this new crankset, which is a 44 32 22, what I had on there before was the 50 39 30, I believe. Basically, the difference here is that when I had the older crank on, I rarely used the big chainring because of the gearing and the weight and all. It just wasn't efficient to ride with. More if I had a regular, like a hybrid or regular road bike, it would be okay. But for this bike, I really didn't use it. So I found myself using the middle chainring and sometimes the smaller chainring. Now that I've gone to the 44 32 22, I use the tall, bigger chainring all the time. I can cruise pretty good. Now, granted, it's not like a high-speed bike, high speed, but I can cruise pretty good at a pretty good pace. And then if I do have some hills to climb, I can do it with the big chainring. And in some cases, if I'm loaded down, I will switch to the middle ring. And in extreme cases, for long, extremely steep hills, I can use the smaller one. But I haven't used the smaller one yet. But it's nice to know if I need it, it's there. So mainly I use the bigger one for most of my riding. And then again, if I'm loaded with my bags and everything, then I will change to the middle ring, lizard skin, if you will. Basically, the reason I put it there is because if I'm going to be taking out these spokes that you see here, or it protects the chainstay, it protects the frame so it doesn't get all scratched up. And secondly, if you're going over rough terrain, the chain sometimes bounces up and down, and that's what it's made for, just to keep your chainstay or your frame from getting all chewed up and nicked up from riding. Rack that I put on here, which is fairly easy. Old Man Mountain it's made by. Sorry if you can't see that. Let me see if I can do it here. Old Man Mountain. And the capacity is 40 pounds, which is quite a lot. So if you have the 40 pounds there, plus your rear luggage racks, that's quite a bit of weight. So I'm not carrying nowhere near that weight. So that works for me. In terms of the yak bob, I think it's called, yeah, any bike pretty much can take that. Yes, this can be used with that. You just got to make sure when you order it, if you're ordering from Amazon or wherever, make sure you get the one that's correct, that matches your tire size. So if you get the one for a 26-inch wheel, and these have 700C wheels, then you're gonna have some issues. So I guess when you order it, just make sure that you order the correct one based on your tire diameter. The other question had to do with this extender that I have on here, and as you can see, looking at the upper right here, up here, I swapped that out, and you can see that it's angled higher. And the reason the one that I had on there originally was more straight or kind of slightly down, and it was just too low for me. So I went directly to the bike shop, after I tried it out, and said, you know what, this doesn't work. Can you swap it out? So they took another one off and they swapped it out with no problem. So that helped a lot. But still, I still wanted more adjustability, because if I'm going on long rides and I want to be able to, change position of the handlebars up or down, I want that option. As you can see here, there's about an inch, at least an inch here, where I can move the handlebars up and down. And I mounted the stem that you see here on this thing called a stem extender, right? So this thing mounts onto the stock tube that came with the bike. It's just a bigger diameter, clamps down. But when you order it, don't forget you have to order some of these spacers, so that you can tighten everything up. So you're going to need some spacers. They're like $7. But anyway, this tube I ordered, and then basically you mount this tube here over your stock tube and tighten it down, and then this stem here, just slides on it, and you can see it has I don't know if you can see that, but it has a cap on top. Okay, it has a cap on top. So this gives me, at least, an inch or inch and a half more. I can raise them up even more if I like to.